Hello Superset maniacs and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm proposing you a matchup between two of the most aesthetic mass monsters of all time. A rare breed of bodybuilders, Shawn Rhoden with his 2018 Mr. Olympia winning physique versus Andrew Jacked with his 2025 Mr. Olympia deserving to win physique, a matchup proposed by one of my Romanian fellas on Instagram, Andre. I took a look at these pictures when I set this up, and this will be one of the hardest comparisons I had to do in a long time, so buckle up cause we've got work to do. Front double biceps. As I mentioned earlier, we can say that these two are aesthetic mass monsters. They have perfect line and overall flows, but at the same time carry a ton of muscle. Maybe this is what bodybuilding is all about, but the main thing I like about these two aesthetic mass monsters is that they also bring the freaking conditioning, unlike others. This 2018 version of Shawn Rhoden is one of the most conditioned Mr. Olympia versions we've got since Dorian Yates, while Andrew was definitely the most polished guy in that top 10, together with Hadi at this year's Olympia. Now, Andrew has the stature advantage. Maybe some would say I should have made him even bigger, but Shawn is posing very tall. Both look great but different. Andrew is unique with his shape, he's in his own league. Shawn is closer to a Cedric McMillan or Samson Dauda, presenting roundness and fine lines. However, Andrew has that robotic look, but in a great way that sets him apart from anybody else. Andrew also wins the arms aspect big time in this comparison. Shawn, on the other hand, has the fuller legs, arguably a tighter waist, and also adopts this more artistic stance that Andrew used to have a couple of years ago. All in all, even though Shawn's pose is textbook, I cannot go against Andrew Jacked here. He's simply too imposing. The front lat spread is a great pose for both again. What amazes me is the fact that Andrew seems to be more conditioned than Shawn Rhoden here, which is crazy. Who else is more conditioned than Shawn Rhoden at the 2018 Mr. Olympia? This version of Andrew gets better and better every day. I'm really starting to see how overlooked he was at this Olympia. He definitely looks like the winner in my eyes now. But anyway, Shawn looks great here. He has the frame, he has the mass and the conditioning. He beats Andrew with the lower body, but overall this pose goes to Andrew. He's just too good in the front poses, man. It's no exaggeration when I'm saying that. Overall, he may be the best of all time from the front. Maybe only King Ronnie could beat him. Andrew Jacked wins both two front poses in this matchup so far. Side chest is next, and in my opinion, Shawn Rhoden at the 2018 Mr. Olympia had one of the most underrated side chests in history. The only thing you can take away from him is maybe the fact that he's not turned a little bit more to the front to showcase that width they're asking now from the side, but if you ask me, this is what a side pose should represent. Shawn has one of the best side legs ever here. His chest is round and full, his midsection is tight and defined, and he has great shoulder-arm muscle separation. He's lacking some triceps mass and bigger arms overall, but everywhere else he looks stellar. As for Andrew, even though he has improved this pose, it still remains one of his weakest. Aside from maybe the chest, he's giving up everything against Shawn Rhoden here, as Shawn scores his first pose in this comparison, and in convincing fashion. Back double biceps is next, and this looks to be a hard one. Neither is best from the back, but both are pretty decent to stay alive in any matchup. Shawn has a better V-taper and a wider back, whereas Andrew looks crispier, has the better arms and shoulders, and arguably the overall muscle separation upper body. Lower body, even though Andrew improved, he's no match to Shawn, who has an incredible glute hamstring combo. Both of them have decent calves. This pose is pretty hard to judge, but overall I think I'm gonna have to go with Shawn Rhoden, who's much more convincing downstairs, while upper body it could be almost a toss-up. If you guys want to see more Andrew Jacked comparisons on this channel, make sure to subscribe. This physique of his really deserves more attention. Back lat spread is next, and this looks even more difficult. They have very different stances. I believe Andrew is more inspired. However, Shawn makes sure he squeezes every bit of back he has there. Shawn is carried through the back poses by his superior lower body, no doubt. Upper body, they both look like they could use a bit more mass. Andrew has more muscle separation and way bigger lats. I think I'm gonna go with Andrew for this second back pose. It's not very conclusive, but I like his display more. Side triceps is next, but for these two gentlemen, we have these front triceps variations. Since both of them do that, and especially since both of them look so good, I'm gonna ignore the fact that this is not really a side triceps. As they look here, the only thing I would give to Andrew is the triceps itself. Otherwise, Shawn has the lower body again, the midsection, the chest fullness, even though Andrew's chest striations are very impressive. Shawn also looks to be more comfortable in this pose. He really looks certain of his qualities here. That's the thing with Shawn, only him and Dorian Yates had that relaxed look on stage, like everything is under control. I really like this about the two. Overall, I believe Shawn does more than enough to win this pose. And now, the main event of the evening, the pose you have been waiting for, the abs and thighs. These two are two of the best abs and thighs shots of modern bodybuilding, which means they would be two of the hardest to conquer on stage. Because we're really talking about two aesthetic mass monsters that also have abs here. Very different displays, yet equally impressive. It's a pity we're gonna have to have a loser in this shot. Now Andrew's arguments are pretty solid. He's got the clearer, more symmetric abs and the overall mass advantage. Shawn has the better lower body and 8-pack, even though not as aesthetic as Andrew's 6-pack. This pose is really hard to judge. It's really about the eye test here, but I'm gonna try to keep it objective. If we would look for other aspects, we could see that Andrew has the better flaring lats and the better arms here. Yes, arms do count in this pose, or at least this is what Tyler Mannion says, hopefully not to justify another trash result, but I digress. All in all, I think I'm gonna have to go with Andrew here, even though it pains me to make Shawn lose this pose. Last pose is the most muscular, and I gotta admit that I was expecting Andrew to be more convincing here given how much he has improved on this pose lately, but Shawn does a great job too here. He doesn't look less muscular here, he's the mass, he's got the polish, he's got everything. It's very close, but I think I would still barely go with Andrew. He's got the extra size and the extra polish, even though Shawn's lower body could be an important argument for him. This was very close, like I told in the beginning, guys. I'm not too convinced of some of my calls in this one, I admit. So in the end, Andrew wins 5 poses to 3 against Shawn. However, every single one of Andrew's 5 wins could potentially go to Shawn as well. All those 5 calls were very close, like the front poses, the back lat spread, and the last 2 poses as well. On the other hand, I believe Shawn was quite convincing from the side against Andrew, and arguably that back double biceps was pretty clear as well. So even though Andrew won more poses, this is not a done deal. I would probably have Andrew as the winner overall, but nothing is decided in this comparison I did. I'm sure I could redo this comparison tomorrow and have Shawn as the winner. This was very close, so that's why I need you guys' help in the comment section. Don't just tell me who wins the comparison or who wins each pose. I want to see some solid arguments because I really struggled in this one.